time to talk about our daddies. You know, if you've got one and your father is still alive, it's a great opportunity, Father's Day, to be able to say thank you and to think about the lessons they've taught us. So my dad is sort of like the strong, silent type. This is him with me at our wedding, and he is the best cuddler in the world. This is him and my son. They've always had a very strong bond. That's them when my son was 3 months, and then later on when he's 9 years old. So still very cuddly. But the lesson I remember the most from my dad is when I was going through school, and it's exam time, and all the kids are in the hallway talking about the questions on the exam, and I'm getting more and more nervous because they're saying things and I don't know what they're saying. So do the exam, come out of the exam. I come home, my dad's like, how'd the exam go? And I said, I don't know, I freaked myself out because everybody was saying things and I didn't know that stuff. I hadn't studied for it. And he said, why are you talking to other people about the contents of the exam before the exam? The wider lesson was be unbothered, because there's a lot of noise in life and it's none of your business. You focus on your goals and you do what you need to do. And don't worry about what everyone else is saying. Of course, I nailed that exam. You know, I did fine on the exam, but people will take away your confidence if you're too invested. So that was a lesson from my daddy. Pay your turn.
Well, my dad, people who know him know that he's a big jokester. And he's a prankster. And the first time you meet him, you might think like, oh, he doesn't say very much. He's kind of quiet. But this is like, this was last summer. I went home, and of course, my parents know that lobster has to be waiting for me because they're in Halifax, Nova Scotia. Yes. And then my mom has decided that now that she knows that the internet exists and that pictures of her show up on the internet, that she starts styling things for me. So she takes all these lobsters onto the back deck, she dumps them out. They're alive, okay? So they're all like, Murr. And then my dad's like, look at me, and he starts wearing the lobsters. And my mom's like, I'm gonna have to wash that vest now because like it just smells of the ocean. But I think I have a younger brother. I think we really learned from my dad just sort of that. We're a little cheeky, we're a little sarcastic, and I think that has passed down to my niece, so my brother's daughter as well. And my dad was always the kind of person who just liked to take you by surprise. Yeah. You know, so it was just, I would say that we learned to have a sense of humor about things.
They need their own show, your parents. Okay, I got a minute for both of you together, so sorry, Tamara. No. Tell us about your dad. Gorgeous picture here.
Well, I grew up worshiping my dad. He's a bit of an encyclopedia when it comes to things like history and politics and geography. So very intelligent guy, total sweetheart as well. And he gave me my love of music. They would take us to the symphony. I would go on daddy-daughter dates to the Toronto Symphony when I was little, but also love of swimming. He gave me that. And that's a picture of us at the lake where I still go every summer.
Well, I see a picture here. Randy, this is your dad in cash?
Yep, collecting maple syrup.
Yes.
So my father's just like a get-it-done kind of guy.
Yeah.
He had a construction company. He's got a farm with 300 head of cattle, and he's 76, and he does like 1,100 trees for maple syrup. So he said to me, go to school, pass, they don't put your grades on your diploma.
Oh, thanks, Dad.
Right? I was like, okay. And he goes, but if you fail, you can do anything in life, but if you fail, you can come back and work construction. So at the same time, it's a bit of a threat. So it's like, okay, get it done, and don't fail. Yeah.